Hi, and welcome to another episode of Historically Marked. I am Jason. I am in Tulsa, Oklahoma, on Old Route 66 off 11th Street, and I'm in front of the Meadow Gold sign, which is famous along Tulsa and Route 66 travelers. And I'll be visiting some plaques that talk all about it and the history of the Meadow Gold brand. So here we go. So the history of this sign dates back to 1934, and I'll tell you all about it on these plaques. And there are 4 markers. They're all plaques. They're not from the series I've been doing, the Tulsa's Route 66 ones that were erected in 2019, but this is more of the group called Vision 2025. So here we go. So this talks more about saving the Meadow Gold sign. And as I was saying, erected in 1934, this sign stood above its rooftop porch at 11th Street. West of here, near Lewis Avenue. For nearly 7 decades, it served as a reminder of days gone by. Days of the milkman and deliveries of dairy products to the porches and front doors of America. And of course, it made perfect sense to preserve this, so they didn't want to see another icon destroyed. So the Tulsa Foundation for Architecture convinced the owner of the building to allow the organization time to dismantle the sign so it would undergo restoration. The sign measures 30 feet wide and 30 feet high. It was filled originally with argon gas, and now it's being illuminated with neon gas. And I know it's a little windy out. And by the way, over there is a cool mural, of course, about Meadow Gold. And this is the history of Meadow Gold in 1893. Wow. So it dates back to, or it goes back to Beatrice, Nebraska. George E. Haskell and William Bosworth formed a partnership and began purchasing butter, milk, and eggs from local farmers for resale. And they would begin churning and packaging butter in their own plant. And by the turn of the century, the company was shipping dairy products across the Midwest. So some of you who live in the Midwest are all around. I remember tasting Meadow Gold ice cream. I don't even know if it's sold in St. Louis grocery stores anymore, but I do have memories of it. And now for something a little random, the history of neon signs. As I was saying in one of my other Route 66 videos in Tulsa, Tulsa has spent so much money restoring signs, neon signs along this strip on 11th Street. And I've driven by there at night, and they look so great. I mean, it's like the old times, pretty much. But neon lamp was invented by French engineer and chemist Georges Claude in 1902 when he discovered that by passing an electric current through inert gases, he could make them glow very brightly. And by 1911, he obtained international patents on his new discovery, which he marketed under the trade name Claude Neon. And then he would show it off in Paris at the Expo and sold his first commercial sign to a Paris barber in 1912. Interestingly, the first neon signs erected in the United States, 2 Packard signs, were imported from France in 1923 by Los Angeles automobile dealer Earl C. Anthony. He was more than just a car dealer. He also had the concept of a filling station, and along with his father created the Chevron logo, which we're all familiar with, which was later sold to Standard Oil. He was known among many things in Los Angeles. And then it says down here it is the largest neon sign, meaning the Meadow Gold sign. And the last marker over here is the history of this site, which goes back to the Native Americans. This at one time there was an office building, and there was also a grocery and market here for 40 years. And then after learning that the Meadow Gold sign needed a new home and concluding that it would be fitting for the Meadow Gold sign to be erected 1 mile west of its original location on 66, they offered it. It was donated, and then it was brought here. So how about that? And if you do go to that spot, be sure to check out across the street the Buck Adams Cosmic Curio shop. It is a small gift shop. All Route 66 souvenirs, run by a woman named Mary Beth. I bought a shot glass and some magnets here, so definitely splurge if you can. And here is that Buck Adams statue. He was wearing a mask. Pretty cool. One of those muffler men. All right, well, thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Historically Marked Special Route 66 edition. I am in Tulsa on 11th Street, and get your kicks on Route 66. Look out for more Route 66 videos in this series, and I'll see y'all later. Happy travels. I'm Jason, signing off.